So hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel everyone, and we are back with the part 2 of our moving average sessions. So in the last part we have learned about the moving averages, their uses and different type of moving averages. Then we have also learned that how to calculate the moving average. And now going forward in this part, what we are going to do is we are going to use a simple moving average on the different time frame and for the different purposes, and we'll see how does it works. Is it going to work goodly or not? Let's see. Let's find that out. So first you have to look the trend, accordingly you have to use the moving averages. So there are three ways to identify the trend, because moving averages can be used according based upon the trend. Whatever the kind of trend is placed in the market, only then we can use the moving averages. In the range bounded market it is really difficult to use the moving averages, but definitely in the trending market moving averages are really useful. So first objective is to identify the trend. So now how to identify the trend? So there are three major ways to identify the trends. First is using the direction of moving average to determine the trend. Like here on the chart right now, so little bit of different chart we are using, because this is the kites chart, zero the kites chart. It gives you better uses of the moving averages. It is easy to use moving averages on the kite than any other platform. That's why we are using this. And so you can see the direction of the moving average to identify the trend. So here the direction of the moving average is upward trending. You can see this line is going up, this red line clearly visible on the screen. It is going upward. That's why now trend is the uptrend. So okay, we have identified. So this is the first way to identify the trend. The second is the price location. Obviously you can see the prices and you can identify by that where it is moving. Okay, so and the third is moving average location, short term versus relative to the long term moving averages. So if short term moving average is above the long term moving average, it means that uptrend is in the place. And if the short term moving average is below the long term moving average, then we can say that there is a downtrend in the place. Okay, so this is how also you can identify. So these are the three ways. As we can see right now in a bullish market, we are going to use moving averages to generate the buy calls only. We are not going to generate the sell calls through moving averages in uptrending market. Okay, so how do we do that? We do it like this here. So here, majorly here, at right now at this stage the uptrend has started. We can see the moving average has changed the direction. The price location was also good. And the third condition, we can also see that we can also check that. Let's search for moving average. And so moving average, and what I am going to do is the 50-day moving average is also already in the place. Now I'm going to place a 100-day moving average, and I'll change the color to let's see, yellow. Okay, so here, so first thing, moving average direction, upward direction. First confirmation we have received, price are above the moving averages. So yeah, second confirmation. And third is this yellow line is our 100-day moving average. So and this red is our 50-day moving average, and this red is above this yellow line. So it means all the three things that we have just now learned to confirm the trend are saying that the Infosys prices are in the uptrend. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to look for the buying opportunities. Here we can see the prices are too above the moving average. Will do nothing here. As the prices comes close to the moving average, we are going to buy the stock. Here we bought the stock. Till here we can still hold because prices are above our bought zone, so we are still in profit. And here we can go see the prices are so above, you can book the profit, or still you can hold, and then prices will keep on going. So so the thing is that as prices comes close to the moving average, that's the point you are going to buy. Okay, now the question arises is that at which moving average am I going to buy? There are so many moving averages. So where should I buy? Should I buy at the near of the 50 SMA, or at the near at the 100 SMA, 200 SMA, or a 10-minute SMA, or a 10 SMA or 20 SMA? At which SMA I am going to buy the stock? Okay, you told me that there are three ways to identify the trend. I have identified the trend using three different ways. Now you are saying that in an uptrend only try to find out the buy signals, and in a downtrend only try to find out the sell signals. and in the range bounded market ignore the trade based upon the moving averages. Okay, so till now this thing has been cleared completely. Now the thing is that, but which SMA to use, which simple moving average to use to generate the calls? So there are different kind of simple moving averages. Actually you can use any simple moving averages. Right now we are using 50 and 100, we can use 70 or 80. Look, this red one is the 50 MA. As you can see the screen, our toolbar has just now popped up, and here is this is a 100 MA. Okay, so there are different kind of MA available. So now the thing is that which one to use. The one you want to use completely depends upon your style of trading or investing. If you are a hyper trader, if you are a hyper trader, if you are intraday trader, or if you are someone who is a scalper, then what will you do? You'll do this simple thing. You'll change the chart to the, let's say, 1 hour. Okay, so now you are a scalper, so charts are now at 1 hour. So now using the 50 and the 100 MA is not useful for you at all. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to change it. Now what we are going to do, we are going to use 5 MA. Done. And this one we are going to change this one to our 10 MA. Okay, 5 and 10 MA. Done. Okay, so now you are a scalper, you are on the hourly chart, you have 5 and 10 MA. So here on the 5 MA prices come, you bought the prices, again you can see price has raised. Now as the prices came below, you can see, and now you can see that also all the 3 confirmations are there in our scalping. Also when we are scalping, also all the 3 confirmation for identification of trend is there. You can see this red line is below the yellow one, so first confirmation. This red line's direction is downwards, so second confirmation. The prices are located below the moving averages. So again you can see all the 3 confirmation are still there on the hourly chart while using the 5 and the 10 SMA, similar to what we were doing in a daily chart using the 50 and the 100 SMA. So you can see this, you can easily see this, that the things are working very nicely. But the thing is that obviously scalping is riskier. Obviously it is riskier, and the entry and exit will be very quick. There will be a lot of signals will be given to you. Sometimes those signals will be there for a longer period of time, and sometimes they will not be there for a longer period of time. So it completely depends upon your style of trading. Look here, again you can see here is a good move we have captured. Again you can see here also we have captured a good move, here also captured a good move. So the prices are giving you signal. Okay, these moving averages are also giving you signals. But if you use these moving averages on a longer time frame and you use a longer moving average, then obviously the signals for the buy and sell will be comparatively less to what we are doing on a shorter time frame with a shorter SMA. But those will be safer, and these are going to be riskier. Scalping is for someone who has now achieved a level of patience and achieved a level of knowledge in the stock market. Those people can do this, can use this hourly time frame, and can also use this 5 and 10 SMAs. But for the beginners or for someone who's conservative and can't focus on the screen all day, my suggestion is use the daily time frame and use the 20 and the 50 SMA. Okay, and try to generate the buy and sell calls for yourself. Okay, let's see, let's try to open the 10. Okay, this is the daily time frame. Now we are on the daily time frame. Now we are going to do is we are going to change the settings. So so this is going to be our 20. Okay, we are going to use the 20. First one is 20 now, and the second one is going to be our 51. Okay, done. So now here also you can see this, the signal came here, good movement, and then prices went down, the stop losses happens, and then again you can see this prices are moving above the 20 SMA. So a day trader can use this, and someone who is a mid-term trader who trades for like 3 months or 6 months can use a bunch of 50 and 100 SMA, and a long-term investor can use 100 and 200 day SMA. So 200 SMA, let me place a 200-day SMA for all of you, because there is a different level of significance for a 200-day SMA. You can also use just 200-day SMA, leaving everything alone. Okay, so there is a saying about 200 SMA that above the 200 SMA, this is the bull zone, and below the 200 SMA, this is the bear zone. So if you are a long-term investor, do nothing. The simplest way to invest in the stock market, if you don't know anything, you just want to pick a stock and you want to invest in it, invest in the stocks which are moving above their 200 SMA, those who are giving signals. Here was a signal given by the Infosys. Obviously I'm telling you, as you'll move to the longer time frame, the signals will be less. And one more thing we need to change is, now we need to switch to the monthly charts, because we are using 200-day SMA daily time frame, and 200 SMA will not go goodly together. So the chart is taking a little time to get loaded because we have changed it suddenly from daily to monthly. So it takes time, and Zerodha is not the platform where now look, as we came to the monthly chart, it is only showing this small line. So I think we should use daily chart only. It is better. So yeah, so obviously these, as you move to the longer time frame and as you move to the bigger moving averages, the calls, the buy and sell calls or the signals will be definitely less, to comparatively to the smaller time frame and the smaller uh, SMAs. Here you can see it has given a call right here. Okay, a buy call. The Infosys stock has crossed this SMA here, so this was the perfect buy call. It doesn't mean that you can't buy now. You can also buy now because this stock is in the bull zone. So when a stock is in the bull zone, obviously you can buy, and there is a risk you have to take, but this is the simplest way to identify. So if you have done any kind of a study and you have identified that the XYZ is a stock we really like and I would like to invest in that, but I need a confirmation and technical confirmation, and I don't know anything about technical analysis, don't need to worry. Just go to the charts, just go to your any demat account. Even all the demats account today gives you the charts. Open the charts, plus the 200-day SMA, and if see the prices are above the 200 SMA, that's the bull zone, you can simply buy the stock. So that's it for this part, everyone. So I hope we are all clear everything about the simple moving averages. Now in the next part we are going to enter into the exponential moving averages. So thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. I hope you liked the content. It was useful for all of you. I hope you will use it in the future in your trading system. So thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. Do like this video, share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.